All right, let's welcome to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And so glad that everybody was able to join in. You're coming in. Please like, comment, share it out with your friends and your family because we have a dynamic person, dynamic guest who is coming out of the green room in just a few moments. Who is, I would like to say, just a financial person with small businesses, banking, insurance, all of that, all into one, credit, everything. I mean, just some of everything, just this financial expert whom I really am excited to have on the platform this evening, afternoon, night, whenever you're watching. But make sure that you hit the replay if you are watching the replay and hashtag replay and share it with your friends. And we're just going to bring her on up because she's just a guru in what she does. So I'll let her explain and share all that she does with you. And we're going to just have a great time. So without further ado, we're going to bring Brandy Langley from our virtual green room and add her to the to our screen and to our stream over all platforms. And here she is, everybody.
Hi.
Awesome. Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm doing great, Ayanna. How are you?
I am great. I am great. I tell you, this is I'm excited. I really am
Yeah.
excited because we've had conversations and been
Yeah.
watching you and look at what you're doing. And I'm like, listen, let's put it out here so people will know how we can make things connect because a lot of times we just don't know because we just don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then also too, sometimes we want to support people and we want to connect with certain people, but we don't even know what they do. So this is a way that we're going to put it out here so people will know how you can be the plug for certain
Yeah.
things.
Yes, I love it.
So just share with the audience, a little bit about yourself, who you are, and then we kind of jump into everything. So we'll give you a moment to do that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Ayanna. I am so excited to be on your platform. I really appreciate you for sharing your platform with me this evening. And so I have over 20 years of experience in banking, dealing in consumer banking and small business banking. And what I love to do is help connect the dots for people financially. So I bring them solutions, financial solutions that they can use to help manage their finances and their everyday life. I help them set financial goals with digital tools. I help small business owners decide how they want to manage their finances for the business, help them grow their revenue, manage employees, all kinds of things. So anything that when you think of your money and helping to manage your money, I'm the person to help you do that. And I do other things as well. I help people do trust accounts, estate accounts, all types of things. So just not consumer small business banking, but trust, even help you protect yourself. Like I can even educate you on how to recognize scams, which are so huge now. So all kinds of things, but let's get into it.
Absolutely. Well, we can get into so much. Like I said before, when I was talking with you, I said, well, it sounds like we need to kind of probably do a series of things because there are so many things on the personal and the business side, and people are now really popping up trying to get their businesses going, trying to make sure they are protected on their personal side, but trying to make sure that they are protected on the small business side so that they can get to mid-size and then even to global business. And so now with business looking so differently with us being online more, we're really even may fall in small business, but have a global effect. So with
Yes.
some of that, we have to know how to protect ourselves. And you said something about scamming. Good grief.
Oh, yes.
That
Uh,
is horrible within itself. And
it's
it's,
huge,
yeah.
huge.
And then with social media, we do get a lot of those scams. People will reach out to you and they'll speak to you like they know you. And then you
Mhm.
ask them, and I know how to ask a few questions. And then I'll know when they don't respond, I say, okay, they don't know me. They tried to connect in. And when I say, okay, call me, then it's like,
Right,
you
right.
can't call me if you don't have my number. That means you're not
Hmm.
personal to me. And somebody reputable really wouldn't be going in inboxes to really talk about business.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
not etiquette. It's on the tacky
Hmm.
side. If we could Unless we have some type of relationship, say, hey, just
Right.
reaching out to you. I need to speak to you about XYZ. Was a good time to call.
Mhm.
Then we
Mhm.
know we were trying to get with you quickly and we needed to touch bases, but we do have a way to contact. But all that other stuff, everybody,
Right.
it's a big scam. So what are the larger things that are on the plate with you that you really that's burning that you really want to get out there? Because I know we have that business side. I know people are really
Yeah.
perked up about their business, and my ears are perked up talking about the trust. So I mean, that's why I say we can't talk about everything tonight,
Right. Right.
or we'll be here 10 hours, but be on a marathon. So, but
Right.
what's the larger or burning thing that you really want to convey? Like to your business people and even personal. So go ahead and just share.
I think that in today's climate, in the economic climate we're in, with inflation, prices constantly rising, interest rates going up on the lending side, people are more and more concerned about their money.
Mhm.
They're more concerned about how am I going to save more money. There's a lot of movement going on in my industry. So, what I'm seeing are a lot of consumers aggressively checking into their savings, their retirement. They're looking at ways in which they can get a better return on their money.
Mhm.
On the business side, people need money. Business owners need money. And aside from what's going on in the economy, there is money out there. So jumping back on the consumers, what I would say to the guests tonight is we're past spring, almost into summer, but it's not too late to do spring cleaning on your finances. Okay. It's
Love it.
not too late. And so what I see every day in my office, like I said, are people coming in and they have 5 and 6 figures in their bank accounts and they want to know, what am I getting? What kind of return or interest rate I'm getting on those funds? So just very basic, the difference. Your savings account has an APY attached to it, an annual percentage yield.
Mhm.
That percentage is going to tell you how much you're going to earn on those funds in a year's time. So I would say connect with your local bank, make an appointment to your local banker, and go over your financial portfolio. No matter how small you think your banking relationship is or how big it is a good time to check in. Um, we're finding now, I'm seeing now in the industry that banks, more so credit unions, I'd say, they're offering an elevated interest rate for regular savings accounts. And that's attractive for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Why is that attractive? Because that's basically like the money that they're building to save, most times for the latter years, sometimes for emergencies. They want to have access to it. And that's what a savings account will do for you. It'll give you access to those funds. But yet, while you have 5 and 6 figures sitting there, you want to get the most on that. You want to get the maximum return you can get. So what I'm seeing is that a lot of credit unions they have higher rates now. They're anywhere from 3 to 5%. Now, that's relative when you're comparing it to different types of savings vehicles.
Mhm.
So be a person who, like I said, check in with your banker, like myself, we're your financial doctors. Check to see, you want to start out first with what is your goal for saving. So if you're taking notes, write that down. What is your goal for saving? What is this
Right.
money for? So you want to know, how much money do I want to have for that particular goal, whether it's retirement, whether it's long-term care. This is money for the household in case we have an emergency. You want
Mhm.
to have that number in mind. And then what kind of return do you expect? And if you don't know where to start, that's what your banker's for. Most banks will have an investment side. You can get a free complimentary consultation with a financial solution advisor at your bank. Most often, those persons will be licensed. So
Mhm.
that means that they can offer you not just savings accounts, but they can offer you other investments as well. Um, and I know you and I were talking in comparison to when I first started banking, and I was seeing rates like CD rates and savings accounts rates of anywhere from 9 to 10 or 12% back in the day. This was a long time ago. Okay. My oldest child is 25 and she was like 2 then.
Yeah.
So, so So you can see how things have changed over time.
Yes.
Um, the first drastic change I saw in savings accounts rates, I would have to say, was 2008 with the market crash, the housing crash, and rates were like anywhere from 5 to 8%. So you can see why now, for some people, 3 to 5% is a big deal.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you have to diversify what you're doing.
Correct.
And I know that you know about some other vehicles as well. Like,
Hmm.
you can not just have a basic savings account, but you can do other things.
Right, exactly. You
Mm-hmm.
can, right, and right, because I used to say what you have to have that liquid, like you were saying, you have to have the liquid that you can get your hands on, because most of the time, like the strategies that helps, I like to say supplement,
Mm-hmm.
complement would
Mm-hmm.
be your life insurance vehicles or your whole life vehicles that can
Yes.
be the infinite banking or your
Mm-hmm.
IULs. And those are long-term strategies, because you then sit down and strategize. We look at, well, how much do you project or predict that you would like to have? There again, like say, you have to be that financial doctor to comb through and say, if you put in this much, here is
Yeah.
an illustration and a projection that you in 10, 15, 20 years could have this much to turn on, what we say, a turn on a stream to
Yes.
complement and supplement your retirement and money that you will become your own bank. But that is long term. So you do have to have fluid
Mm-hmm.
goals with short term, like you're saying, with your savings accounts and things. Or
Mm-hmm.
I've even heard about now some CDs that they're really, even though CDs had gotten a
Yeah.
bum rap, but now they're trying to come back up a little bit, and
Yes,
people
they are.
want a little bit more immediate
Yeah.
money. And if you can get a few percent on something in a shorter amount of time, people are looking like, okay, I'll take that, because at least that is something. Where in your insurance, you can get higher rates of
Mm-hmm.
return if you get the right vehicle. But the strategy behind it is long term. So you really have to have like a diagram going with your goals and then your money, and then how you want to divvy it up in shorter
Yeah.
term, right now, and long term, and even kind of midterm.
Absolutely. That is the name of the game. I mean, you said a mouthful there. You said it all. And CDs, you're right. They did have a bum rap, but they are becoming popular again. And not just with a certain age bracket. It's wide range, I'm saying.
Hmm.
So a lot of banks now, they're hitting 4 and 5%.
Yeah.
Some of your banks that aren't local to the Virginia area are hitting 7% for CDs. So it's getting very competitive
Yes.
uh, with some of the things that you can get right at your local bank without, diving into investments and things of that nature that deal with the stock market.
Right.
So,
Right,
so
because even in that,
mhm,
to cut across, but even in
mhm,
that, there are certain ways to invest, because some people don't
mhm.
feel as zealous as others. They're like, listen, I don't want
Yeah.
my money just bottoming out.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
then there are even others. I was sharing with a group one day. I said there are even some. Of course, we know about the digital coins and things like that. The ways to invest there, but you also have to be willing to, whatever you put in, it not be there the next day and be
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So don't put it all, try it, put your toe in it,
Mhm.
but don't go whole hog unless you really know how to navigate and move very quickly, because
Mhm.
trying to do it on your own might not, pan out too well. And then also too, even looking at, not to get off, and then we're gonna get back on all your good, but even thinking about precious metals, because even though we
Yes.
don't think that that's a big thing, it is. Like I said,
Yes.
we probably have a 10 time series here. So
Yes.
we will have to slate out and do our series, I think.
Right. You are absolutely right. Because
And
gold
silver.
is on the rise.
And
Like,
silver as well. And it's going,
yes.
and it's so it is a way to trade, even when our currency that's not supported as well as
Mhm.
it has been. Silver and gold are still metals that need to be used to make things. So it's still even valuable to have those. And yeah, we all need to talk about it. I think really, I'm hearing we really need to do some legwork.
Yeah.
That's some areas that if people would know about it, they would do it.
Yeah. because you can purchase gold bars, gold backs, silver right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gold backs are, I think they're like the least expensive. I want to say they're like $3 and some change or something, but like the gold bars or whatever, they cost more. I think I want to say that was like, don't quote me, I just looked at it, but gold, actual gold costs more. But yeah, you can get gold backs all day long right now.
Yes,
But
and it's a good investment, to have, even though it still has to be something that you are immediately can get to, but the things that are going to accrue over time, and it's going to build. But to get back, we're gonna focus get on your the business, like the business side of things. How can you help, and what's a good way of helping the small business owner really dig in with their banking and as also funding? So
you know what? I love small business owners because they are the most eager. I find that sometimes consumers are set in their ways and they don't want to change with the necessary change. But small business owners are so eager, and I love them because they come in and they're ready to get things that I can offer them to help them manage their finances, manage the revenue that's coming in. But the hot topic for small business owners is business credit. They want to know how to get to the money, okay? They want to know how to get the money, how to build their business credit. They want to use their tax ID, and it amazes me how many people know some of the steps to doing it, and they've already started. But I have the same love for those who are starting out and they have those questions. So I'm glad that I'm able to provide that. So just on a very basic level, I don't care what kind of business you have. If the pandemic taught you anything, is that you need to have a business checking account. Okay? Because that was one of the requirements for the PPP. You had to have a business checking account. And I often run into sole proprietors who are doing this thing out of their regular account before the pandemic, encouraging them, you need to get a small business checking account. I don't see why I need to do that. Now you do. So at the very basic level, business owners, get a business checking account, because not only is it going to help you separate that business income from your personal, that's something that you're going to need to build business credit. Because when you go to these lenders, that's one of the things they're going to ask you for are bank statements for your business. Okay, because they want to see, one key thing I would say business owners is that they're looking for when it comes to lending is your average balance. What is your average balance in that account? Because they want to see, you may have $20,000 coming in, for your business revenue, maybe even 10,000, for business revenue. But if your average balance is bottoming out by the end of the month to something like $13 or something, whatever, you may not be a good candidate for whatever type of loan or something that you're trying to get. So on a very basic level, you need to get a small business checking account. And you also need to make sure that you're putting those funds, the revenues going in there to start building your average balance. For business credit, you will need, of course, your tax ID for the business, whether it's a LLC or incorporated or what have you. You're going to need a Dun & Bradstreet number. Now, the Dun & Bradstreet number, it's basically like how you have on the personal side. You have your Social Security number. And what you do with that Social Security number, how well you pay things. It gets reported to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Well, on the business side, you have your tax ID number. How well you are paying things in that business credit or that business name gets reported to Dun & Bradstreet. So they're using alphabet like A, B, C, where on the personal side, we have numbers 600, 700, 800. So there's a strategy to it. And if you're on this live and you want to know really how to build your business credit, I have resources for that. So if you missed the beginning, I am the business plug. I really am. So
Yeah.
I have resources to help you do that. And that resource, they're going to build your business credit for you. They're going to take you through the steps. So to build a business credit, there are 4 tiers. There are 4 tiers that you want to have at least 2 to 3 trade lines on those tiers. So what my resource is going to do, they're going to build that for you tier by tier. And they also have a $50,000 guarantee where they, after they've helped build you this business credit, they're going to help you get at least $50,000 in business lending. Okay. So my small business owners, I also do commercial lending. I have access to resources where if you want to get into fix and flips, if you want to get into mixed use, multifamily properties, truck loans, I help a lot of clients who are just starting in the logistics business. I love them because they're so eager, but I have resources for that. I have funding resources for your first truck, your first flip, construction, the list goes on, even personal loans. I can even help you with that. So business owners, get your business checking account, start building that business credit with the resource that I have, start making sure your revenue is going in that account, and let me get you some business capital and funding going on for what you have. There's requirements on my website if you do want to actually talk to me about that, and I go over the requirements with you.
That is awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. You said you said a whole lot. So let's just take a moment. How can people connect with you? How can people connect with you so they can talk with you about
Absolutely.
plethora of things you have going on?
Absolutely. So on a very basic level, if you're looking to just set aside a place where your income's going or your business income is going, and you need to figure out like, okay, well, what type of accounts do I need? What type of checking accounts or savings accounts or what have you I need? Credit cards. I can help you with that. If you are looking for commercial lending, I can help you with that. So the best way to contact me is I'm going to give my phone number. That's the best way to contact me because I offer so much and there's
Yeah.
not one link. So
Okay.
that
Okay.
that would be 757-749-2634. That's going to be the best way to contact me. You can text me or you can call. So it's 757-749-2634. I'm also on Facebook, which if you're watching from Facebook, you're just going to look for Brandy Langley. It's another good way to find me. And you will see, different posts. You can also inbox me as well. And then if you want to email, it's brandylangley@yahoo.com. So it's my first name, last name at yahoo.com.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. You talked about starting the business accounts, and you are correct. That is one thing that oftentimes we will kind of get mixed up on. Oh, I'm just selling my stuff at my house. No, go ahead and decide and set yourself up and find your name. In Virginia, it's SEC, so you can get the name. Even if you just put your name as the LLC, I mean, it doesn't have to be this elaborate name
Right.
until you can incorporate yourself and all that stuff and go down and
Right.
build. But start out with something so that you can get what we call that EIN number, so that you can get not putting things in under your social and building there, because I know building that business credit is very, very important, and the layouts are. It brings in some big deals. So yeah, so we need to connect as well, because like I want to kind of do some things and think you think about some stuff to expand and
Oh,
then,
yes.
and then even realizing that even business owners, you can have more than one LLC if you are focusing. Now focus on, I say kind of focus and get things built up, because there's a way to do it. And Brandy can surely show us and give us the keys to building those things, because there's a strategy. And
Oh, yes.
oftentimes we just don't have the strategy because we just don't know who to go to. But what I'm hearing is a lot of strategy behind it. It's great benefits if we learn how to do business well and correct. There is a
Absolutely.
correct way to do it. Yeah.
Definitely. Success
Yes.
leaves clues. So there is definitely a way to get things done.
Yeah. So what other, so as we kind of wrap up, what other juicy nugget do you have that on that business side maybe, or you wanted to kind of, well, you stay in the business lane because
Yeah.
that's what people are asking for. I mean, that's what they're really wanting to know. How can I build myself up there so that I can have the springboard to do more things for my family and make my business very legit and not just selling out of my trunk only. I want to be able to take it online. Sometimes people may not want a storefront, and with the way things are now, you don't have to get a storefront if
Right.
you can become very automated and get your drop and ship things put. There's the automation is amazing at this point. The AI space is becoming crazy. That's another topic we can't even get into.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
so what's one more thing that you can share with us
Um,
before we
so I would say, because I just recently had a guy, a prospect, reach out to me about purchasing commercial property for his business. And so he's looking for a building that may have something like a bay, garage, or whatever for his detailing business.
go?
So when I put him in touch with my commercial realtor to go, take a look at the property, because I'm going to do the funding. But I connect with other people, y'all. So I'm very resourceful.
Yes,
So when I put
teamwork.
him, yeah, when I put him in touch with this commercial realtor, he's a great resource, and he was able to educate him and tell him what all he needs to even just get to the table, to talk about getting this property. And that even helped me to understand more of the process. So what I would say to small business owners is that if you are just starting out, you just need to write the vision first, make it plain to yourself. So you need to write out what the purpose of your business is, what the vision is, what your goals are, what problem are you solving in the market? Okay.
Yeah.
What problem are you solving in the market? Because the more problems you solve, the more, problems you help solve for other people, you can really expect more revenue for solving more problems. And so I would say get you a coach or get you a mentor, a trusted person in that space, somebody who has done it already and they've been successful at it. Like they've elevated more and more. They've had a forward progression in what you're trying to do. Because, like we said before, we don't have all the answers.
Right.
So I would definitely say map it out, put it on paper, get the financial part right by at least running it in a business name. Or you could still do a sole proprietorship, but you do need the tax ID. You need that business checking account. And write it out and get you a mentor or an advisor, somebody who can instruct you. So what my commercial realtor ended up doing, he told my client, you need to get with my CPA, because what the CPA is going to do is tell you what documentation you're going to need, and get your statements ready, get your profits and losses ready, all those type of financial statements that you're going to need to bring to the table for commercial lending, to even get ready to buy, to even think about buying a property. And so he said, wow, I didn't even know it was all of that to it. So, he's thinking, I'm going to pick a building. She's going to put the deal on the table, but you got to have the deal presentable to the underwriter. Okay. So I would say to any small business owner, get you somebody who can help you elevate in your industry. And then once you do that, you need to start building that business credit as well. Start building that.
That's
Go
awesome.
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and then after that, you just need to start building that business credit with the resource that I have, because when you couple that, building that business credit as well as your plan, and a mentor, you can only expect forward progression, because that mentor is going to help you avoid all of the stumbling blocks, because you're getting all that grace and anointing from that other person that's already been through the stuff. So you want to lean on someone like that and compensate them too. Don't try to get everything for free.
Well, free, I will tell you, is not going to be the elevation road you want to take, because you're going to get exactly what you put into it for the most
Right.
part. And like you said earlier, success leaves clues. So if you
Mhm.
want to lose weight, you find a coach and a trainer that has lost weight and kept it off. If
Right.
you want to,
Yeah.
if you want if you want to get your hair together, you will get with someone who is tried and true. And I'm not just saying, we're not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but
Right.
people who have
Right.
some credentials. If you want to get with them, and you watch and you look at their websites and you see how their styling looks and all that, that would be who I would look for if I were a stylist and I wanted to
Yes.
learn craft, real true craft. I would get with someone who
Yeah.
is highly rated professional. But when you are looking at your business, you have to get a business coach, and you have to get someone who can coach you in these facets that you've talked about this evening, which
Right.
are so they're so broad and they're so vast, but then they're yet so deep, and it goes and
Hmm.
think, like you said, wow, just go to the table. I got my money. I'm gonna pick this building, and boom, I'm going to be in there with my stuff going on and get my materials and my vehicles and all. And then it's like, ooh,
Hmm.
stop, because you said a key thing: the underwriter. The underwriter is the one who is going
Hmm.
to comb through
Right.
everything and make sure
Hmm.
you have every I dotted, every T crossed, and
Hmm.
then some, and then see where we have surpluses, because oftentimes we can't just have the bare minimum. We need reserves. And so
Yes.
it's all about, I would say, if you agree, get our money up first, really get our
Yes.
money up where it's sitting, so you can hit us on the front end. Yes,
Hmm.
I'm going to have to hire Brandy and talk through the whole thing, because
Yeah.
it's very comprehensive on what we have to do, and our
Yeah.
mindset has to shift, because we could live a different life if we just know how the players play.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
And that's
you
it.
know how to play the game. You want to play Uno and somebody is playing spades. Both have cards, but the game, the rules.
Exactly. Exactly. The whole objective is
Hmm.
different.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and you know what, also small business owners, I forgot, if you are in business and you have high ticket items that you offer,
Hmm.
or you have like services like body contouring or dental cosmetics, things like that. I
Hmm.
forgot to mention that I can even help you offer financing to your clients. So if you are a coach, you're coaching people, rendering service, you have a furniture store, uh,
Wow.
you're doing body contouring, and you want to offer your clients financing for your services,
Mm,
I can help you do that.
that is awesome.
You now, if your business gets approved for the consumer financing, which allows you to offer it,
Hmm.
anytime your client uses that, you still get paid up front. The client's
Correct.
gonna make the payments to the lender.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
got that.
Yes, absolutely. So that's similar to the some of our and I won't call the names, but we know some of the different pay type apps. And
Yes.
you can get this for four payments of. And
Yes.
then but it sounds like to me you're offering it where when there are high ticket items, they can do monthly payments and stuff, and it does give the seller, the person who with the business,
Hmm.
to get their check. It's just
Yes.
like buying a car. That company gets their check, and you pay the financing company
Right.
for your car, because you're paying the
Yes.
loan, because the car has already been paid off, and the note
Yes.
tells
Mhm.
that financing company until it's done.
Mhm.
That is
Same
absolutely
concept.
awesome. You said
Same concept.
same
Mhm.
concept. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. But people can just be wonderful as they want to be and
Yeah.
take I am so excited
Yep.
because I'm just like, woo, yes, this
Yeah.
is awesome. Okay. Well, wow, I don't even know how to wrap up
Well, I would say this.
because
I,
you've given so many, you got so many things out
yeah.
here. Okay.
I would say this to wrap up, and this is to consumers and small business owners, and then, everyone alike: protect yourself,
Mm,
protect yourself,
yes.
protect your assets. Um, so in my industry, I see a lot of times where loved ones did not know the state of finances. They
Mm,
did not know the husband had an account, blah, blah, blah. They
mhm.
didn't know where to find things. I've seen it where wives didn't have to pay the bills, and
Right.
all of a sudden this person passes away, and
Yes.
they're clueless. So
Mhm,
protect yourselves. Know, where to find things in the
mhm.
event something happens. Add beneficiaries to your accounts. You can add them to your checking, your savings, your IRAs, and you better add them to the IRA, because that is not as simple when you're trying to resolve an estate with that. From my vantage point in banking,
Mhm.
IRAs and retirement products are not as simple as a checking or a saving. So you better make sure you have a beneficiary on your retirement products,
Mhm.
and keep those things updated.
Yes. Yes.
It's all the more
Mhm.
confusing when the beneficiary is no longer alive and they didn't put anybody else. So
Yeah.
protect your assets. Get beneficiaries on things. Review all of your stuff. A trusted person needs to know where things are.
Mhm.
Um, Check on your loved ones. The biggest thing I'm seeing with the scams is the elderly. Okay,
Yes.
you
Absolutely.
if you are watching this live stream or you catch the replay, you need to, if you have elderly or vulnerable loved ones, you need to talk to them about answering the phone and speaking with certain people, because there's all these kinds of scams that we're seeing, and they're calling people, creating a sense of urgency, either saying someone's in jail, you
Mm.
didn't appear at jury duty, and now you have to pay, or we're going to lock you up. I mean, I've seen things where they will call on the phone and say it's time to renew your Microsoft subscription. Um,
And they don't even use
and
the computer.
Right, never give out your IP address. Never, never, never. So if you have vulnerable loved ones, elderly, you need to talk to them about these things. It's not just them, but I'm even seeing, even younger people being scammed. So
Yes.
protect yourselves and don't fall for like links that are text to you, emails, phone calls saying it's a sense of urgency. You got to do this now. You can only bring us cash. Red flags, red flags, red flags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
that
Yeah.
would be the last thing I say: is protect your assets and protect yourselves and look out for your loved ones. It's so many scams out here. And if you have concerns about that, I can share more about scams too if you want to call me about that.
Yeah, that is true. Absolutely. I've had and know of people who have gotten hit with those scams, and like you said,
Mhm.
those weird emails that say we're getting ready to renew something, and you're like, I didn't even buy that. So just delete that stuff immediately. And yeah, it's really rough out here with the way people are pushing in and catching and people and if you hit someone, especially an older person that wants to pay their bills and want to be right and don't want anything to be off with the law, they're going to then start jumping out
Mhm.
there and pushing out money, and then there you go. And once you give somebody your account number, that is it. They are
Mhm.
in it, and it is so hard to get out of it. Yeah.
It
So
is.
yeah, yeah. So, wow, this has been whew, amazing.
I
This has been
want
amazing. So we're gonna sit down and talk about like specifically. Okay, we're gonna do this. This is and put together. I think
yeah.
some classes where we can kind of really
Oh
dig
yeah.
in and help make some sense to some things with people, because people are asking and they want to know, and
Yes.
they just want to be able to talk to people that they can trust and who come with the knowledge. And I think with the things you've hit, it's piquing my ears to say, hey, we need to do some things and really get this moving, because we need to protect, let's say, protect the generations. I see it
Oh
as
yeah.
generational from the young all the way up. We need to protect everybody if we can. And for those who will listen, we're here to help. We're here to help.
Absolutely.
I think we could probably kind of cover pretty much everything, almost.
Almost.
Everything.
Yeah.
Almost everything. But it's been a joy having you
Yes.
here, speaking with us and sharing on our platform of Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. I'm just so excited that you were able to stop by. And
Yes.
and we're gonna put you in the virtual green room. She gave you her number. Give the number one more time. You could text. People can send you a text message.
Yes, it is 757-749-2634. That is the cell.
Awesome. You can text her there and make a note. Say, I need to know about money and some financial consumer banking, what have you, and then she'll know where you are
Right.
from, and that you saw it here on Money Talks. And you say, I saw you on Money Talks with Ayanna.
Yeah.
So let me say, okay, well, let me try to see what's going on. So you make sure you're serious, and I
Yes.
think we can help you get where you need to be. So thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We have had such an awesome time hearing a great message from Brandy Langley, who is a financial expert and banking expert. And so make sure that you reach out and connect with her. And also make sure you reach out and connect with me. I am Ayanna Smith. I'm a licensed professional life insurance broker, and I can help help people make and save money, supplement your retirement. But I really love to dig in and help that help that professional woman with her finances, because we all want to build up on the corporate side and build up in our businesses, but just have an overall excellent life. So our goal, of course, on Money Talks is to we want to educate, we want to empower, and we want to elevate. So without anything else, I hope you all receive education, empowerment, and elevation, and just take this to the next level. So until the next time, have a great one.